Yo, what's up, everybody? Super Tube. Okay, baby, I sent the video for this Tuesday afternoon for y'all, man. Okay, I probably know tragic news, man. Out of Montgomery, my city, Montgomery. So, until with a 20-year-old woman and child with murder, I think she stabbed her, I guess, a victim. So, it said the suspect is in deadly Montgomery stabbing. At the investigation is on the res according to the court document in the Montgomery police department. Okay, the suspect name was Derrickanna Denis Dunklin, age 20 years old of Montgomery, is now being held at the I think Montgomery County Jail. I said face a murder charge, and so it's a police. I responded to the area hospital in the I said around the early morning hours of Sunday where they had notified a stabbing victim. The woman name was Amari Captain, 19 years old. Later, I get down from the injuries, and so it said Montgomery police had either indicated that two women were stabbed. No other details were available about the second woman. So I think the other injuries were none not threatened. So it's stated in the investigator determined that the crime happened around off of 1300 block of Rain Tree Drive. Following indicated that the Dunklin went to the victim's home and stabbed her multiple times with a pocket knife. I said that multiple witnesses identified that Dunklin to police as a person who stabbed the victim over argument. So it's a Captain Duff is one of the five. So it's a Captain Duff is one of the five under investigation over the weekend. In Montgomery. So I did video about this type of stuff. I did video about the crime rate in Montgomery. So the crime rate is bad until people get killed. I saw the weekend to where supposed to be killed the weekend to where I don't know, it'd be something like shooting, stabbings going on, in Montgomery, but I feel this woman's on screen is doing like time, so she is facing murder charge because she want to stab the victim over argument, and but I feel like arguments can turn back to where somebody started to stab somebody, but I feel this woman on the screen had lost her freedom right there for trying to show to a house and trying to stab the victim, man, over what, but I feel like some people in Montgomery do crash out. Like, some do want to crash out. It's because they don't, know how to always, start beefing, trying to stop the issues and stuff. But I feel like once you get involved with somebody, beef means that things can happen to you, man. Means that you can get, means that you can't, either get killed or stabbed or shot, man. But I feel like, this woman on the screen had got herself locked up for stabbing the victim. I said over one pair argument, man, to where one, but I believe one argument lead to something else, man. I feel like arguments lead to death, really death, man, murder. But I don't know. I feel like Montgomery, my city, needs help to try to reduce the crime rate. But the crime rate in Montgomery is bad, as I think Birmingham and Atlanta, other places, man. But I feel like she's in, but I feel like it's kind of like getting worse now. Because people can't even, learn how to always squash beefs, squash issues with people. I have to learn how to always, always put a gun down. Always put, things down. Because you can't get yourself caught up, put you in jail or do like you're in prison, man. But I feel like she is the woman on the screen had lost her freedom right there for stabbing. I said another woman over one bad argument, man. One petty argument, one petty dispute can turn tragedy though, but I feel like she got herself locked up for real, but I feel like this thing can happen to a family, man, to where a family loses someone to gun violence, a stabbing, shooting, man, in a way, but I feel like this thing can happen to a person's life, but I feel like she in jail for doing what she did, and how she can't even, I don't know, I think she could have just either walked away, or left it alone, or to always try to, I think, release anger, but I feel like she just snapped and she, kept her in the home. But I feel like that the woman that, Derrickanna, I don't know, I feel the woman had, I guess, snapped and killed her. So I guess the woman name was Derrickanna Denis. So she's the female that is involved in the murder. So sad, fortunate news about the woman who tried with murder. So, but your like, comment, subscribe, peace, my take, peace.